Partner on defense, number 98, Paul Green. At forward, number 22, Matt Leary. At forward, number 8, Tate Books. And starting at center for the Warriors, number 2, Connor Hudson. Now let's welcome out the rest of the Brainerd Warriors that are coached by Tanner Schaufelder and Kevin Bickford. Now the starters for the Eagan Wildcats starting at goal number 31, Clayton Eagan. On defense, number 85, Ben Taylor. His partner, number 13, Ben Gannon. At forward, number 8, Chuck Lolo. Number 77, Logan Owen. And starting at center for the Wildcats, number 11, the Wildcats are coached by Gus Kluger. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now ask you to please rise as you are able to move your caps.
That's her being
Playing
not
for the Stars
husband's
Rebel
name.
Brainerd.
Brainerd Warrior Bantam AA versus Eagan at the Blue Ox tournament. This is our second game of the tournament. Eagan with a shot on goal right off the bat. Out for starting lineup for Brainerd, we have Henson, Leary, Whoops for our forwards, and Velasco Reed on D. David is our goalie. David. Henson behind the net. Reed up the boards for Leary. Chips it down to the neutral zone. All Boots chips it down after it. Penalty coming up already. Roughing. Leary was taken down off camera. So Brainerd on the power play. Glasgow. Velasco and Reed still out. We have Lick, Roush, and Featherston. Velasco circling behind the net. Tries to get it to Featherston in the corner there, but it's poked away. Velasco with again up the middle. Shot, blocker save. Featherston circling the zone up high. Over to Velasco at left D. Velasco steps towards the center, shot over the net. Picked up behind the net by Lick. Sends it over to Featherston in the far corner. Back to Lick behind the net. He's getting tied up. Roush in to help him. Lick comes away with it. Spins off a D. Lick zone to pass over to Roush on the near side. Back to Lick in the far corner. Off the boards, out to Velasco at left D. Featherston left wing. Featherston steps up the middle. Shot hits traffic. Lick picked up the rebound. His shot hits traffic. Stick save there by Eagan. Kept in by Reed. Right D, Lick, left wing circle. Loses the puck. And picked back up by Roush. Roush dumps it in across the goal line for Lick. Roush comes in to help him. Out to Velasco at the point. Velasco centers. Slap shot was just wide at the left goal post. And Eagan clears it out. Down ice. Reed races back for it. Chops it back to Velasco. Skates it out. Up to Bloom. Bloom up the middle. Shot on goal by Bloom. And the puck held by Eagan. Goal whistle. Norris, Gake, and Bloom out now for forwards. Hoff and Hopman on D. Puck behind the Eagan net. Both teams back to full strength. Bloom to Hoff. Hoff over to Potvin. Potvin tries to send it across zone. It's intercepted. Shot from the left wing circle goes wide by Eagan, and Hoff picks it up in the near corner. Hoff skates it up, passes it to Norris. Norris in on the right wing side. Tries to tip it to Bloom. Sent to the outside. Bloom up the middle, poked off his stick. Potvin dumps it in the far corner. Eagan battling for it. Puck deflects into the Eagan net for a whistle. Out of play. Face off outside the blue line. Eagan zone. Henson. Leary books out again. With Velasco and Lee. Icing on Eagan. They set him off the glass down ice. Henson on the face-off. Draw. Eagan sends it off the boards and down ice again for another icing. Henson on the face-off, runs it over to the boards. Leary picks it up, centers it through the slot, bounces off the far wall to Lee, who dumps it back in. Eagan picks it up and breaks it out to center ice. Lee's there, poked past him. And Velasco and Lee are able to catch the Eagan player. Shot on goal, stick save by Logan David. And puck up over the glass. Brainerd tries to clear it out. Lick on the face-off, moves it over to Reed. Reed tips it back to Potman. He spins off a defender behind the Brainerd net. The near wall to Roush. Goes behind him. It's kept in by Eagan. They step it forward. Shot from the left wing circle. Saved by David. Lick picks up the puck. Sends it up to Reed. Reed gets it down to the red line, but poked off his stick in the neutral zone. Eagan back the other way. Eagan into the Brainerd zone on the far side, but they're offsides. Lick on the face-off. Reed up to Featherston. Featherston dumps it in deep into the Eagan zone. Licking after it in the far corner. Sent around behind the net. Featherston. Forecheck. Eagan able to clear it out. Picked up by Reed in the neutral zone. Over to Potvin. Potvin to Roush. Roush pokes it in deeper into the zone and chases after it. Lick is there with him. Lick behind the net. Lick by himself in the near corner. And he gets tied up. Not able to get off the pass. Bloom out to Lee. Lee's shot goes wide. Off the far side. Eagan with the puck now. It's loose. Eagan steps it forward. Lick picks it up on the near wall. Tips out to Lee. Ties it up at the blue line. The puck crosses the blue line, so everybody's got to come out now. Back to Hoff. Up to Bloom. Bloom skates it in on the right side. He's got a little room. Shot, blocker save. Up high by the Eagan goalie. Nice shot there by Bloom. Eagan spins the shoot, hits a skate. And Eagan pulls it out. Eagan down the middle. Dumps it deep in the Brainerd zone. Lee off the wall behind the net to Eagan. Eagan sends it out to center ice. Bloom there. Picked up by Norris. Norris has got a little breakaway here. Oh, blocker save. Norris on the near side wall. Out to Hoff at the point. Hoff shot. Another blocker save. Norris picks it up on the far wall and dumps it in deeper. Eagan with the puck. Clears it out to the neutral zone. Reed's back to defend. Poke check by Reed. Steals the puck away. Eagan sends it all the way out to center ice where Eagan picks it up. And Eagan dumps it in the Brainerd zone from outside the red line for an icing. Henson Leary books out now with Reed and Velasco. Icing on Eagan. Henson wins the face-off to Books. And Eagan sends it down ice again for another icing. Books. Poke check by Leary. Puck loose in the zone still. Roush knocked down, and Leary dumps it all the way back into the Eagan zone. Henson after it in the far corner. Eagan sends it out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Roush. Roush sends it down into the Eagan zone on the far side. Leary there with a check. Kept in zone. Nope, Eagan able to break it out. Into the Brainerd zone on the left side. Centering pass. Puck swept wide by David as the puck dribbled into the zone or into the crease. Glasgow tries to send it out of the zone, but sent back in by Eagan. Leary. Shot from the left D point. Pad save by David. Velasco tying it up behind the Brainerd net. Sends it up along the wall and down ice. It's going to be an icing on Brainerd now, I think. Yep. On the face-off, wins it back to Lee, sends it along the boards. Eagan dumps it back in deep. Featherson picks it up deep in the Brainerd zone. Out sends it to Lick. Lick poked off his stick, and Eagan tries to head back the other way. Checked there by Potvin. Featherston picks up the puck up the near side. Check from Featherston. Lee. And the puck cleared out. Featherston chases after it along with Lick. Eagan able to retrieve it. Send it back out the neutral zone. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Featherston gets it across the blue line, gets tied up. Lick picks up the loose puck. Head towards the net. Shoots it off the goalie. Lick and Potvin down in the corner. Puck comes out to the blue line, and Eagan picks it up and skates it out. Eagan back the other way, in on the left wing side, handled off by Lee. Lee steals away the puck. Sends it behind the net to Potvin along the wall, where Eagan dumps it back in. Lee behind the net, back the other way, near side, Featherston. And Eagan sends it across the goal line, behind the net. Potvin sends it along the far wall, finally clears it out through the neutral zone. Brainerd line change, Eagan heads back in. They dump it in. Velasco and Hoff on D. Bloom to Velasco. Velasco skates it out of the Brainerd zone, down ice. Norris is there, but isn't able to stay on side, so offside's on Brainerd. Face off outside the blue line. Henson to Leary. Leary dumped it in. Eagan picks it up and breaks it back out. Leary, poke check in the neutral zone, steals it away. Leary and Henson, poke check. Steals the puck from Leary, and Eagan back out. Eagan sends it across the neutral zone. Ends up down deep in the Brainerd zone. Centering pass, tied up there by Velasco. Pad save from the left D shot by David. Go! Out in the neutral zone. Leary faces after it. Leary and Henson on the near wall. Henson sends it down ice as they go off for a line change. Henson out front. Backhand shot goes off the skate. And Eagan clears it out to the neutral zone. Featherston picks it up. Featherston. Check there in the neutral zone, sends the puck over the glass into the clock box. Face off center ice.
Brainerd!
Lick on the face off. Eagan wins. Eagan, neutral zone. A play. They just take a shot on goal. Roush. Back the other way. Roush down the far side through the neutral zone. Featherston heading to the crease. Eagan picks up the loose puck and skates it back out. Eagan through the neutral zone in on the left side. Angled out by Reed. Shot on goal. Puck out at the right D. They pass it to the left D, but it comes across the blue line. They got to reset. Back in on the right side, drop pass to the right D. Loose puck picked up, stolen away by Lick. Lick chips it down ice. chases after it. He's knocked down in the far corner, but still tying up the puck there. Eagan at the point keeps it in. Eagan, Bloom, and Lick out. And Eagan sends it all the way down ice. It was tipped, so Noisen, Hoff, carrying the puck up through the middle, Brainerd zone, all the way down ice, and on the right side. Shot deflected wide. And the puck ends up on the back of the net for a whistle. Face-off. Eagan sends it out to the neutral zone. Off retrieves. Back to center ice. Tips off Bloom's stick. Eagan retrieves it. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Poke check by Bloom to Lee. Bloom sends it deep into the Eagan zone. And Norris chases after it. Norris and Eagan tying it up in the far corner of the Eagan zone. Puck pops out. Eagan gets it and able to get it out across the blue line. Poke check there by Bloom. Eagan grabs it, heads into the Brainerd zone at the middle, tied up by Lee and Hoff. Bloom, or Eagan up the right side. We got Norris up the middle. Eagan shot, glove save by Eagan, 10D. There was 1:45 left in the first period, no score. Henson on the face-off moves it back to Reed. Reed steps it up on the right side. It's stolen away from him, sent out to center, but Velasco keeps it in. Shot from the left wing side. I think that went in. Guess not. Brainerd boys thought that went in, but ref says no. Hard to tell from this angle. Henson wins the faceoff again to Reed. Reed steps up along the right side, centering pass to Books, but he gets tied up. Velasco. Shot his traffic. Oh, Leary picked up the loose puck and it went off the crossbar. Velasco back to Brainerd zone with the puck, skating behind the net with defender trailing. Leary, center ice, tied up, and Eagan steals it away. They drop it to their D. Eagan off the skate. Velasco over to Books in the neutral zone, on the far wall.
Get it!
Henson after it behind the net. Eagan bounces it off the glass onto center ice. 1-on-2. Their player stops out of the right wing circle, takes a shot, and it's saved by David. Lick on the face-off, right in the circle, Brainerd zone. 25 seconds left in the first period. Roush poke check, gets it across the blue line. Check by Featherston. Featherston caught up an Eagan player with his head down. Potman over to Hoff. Off in the neutral zone, up to Lick on the right side. Poke check. Takes the puck off the Lick stick, and Eagan sends it back down into the Brainerd zone. It for first period. Take a short break here, minute and a half. beginning of the second period. Shot by Potvin. Deep in the Brainerd zone on the near corner. Starting center. The second period is Norris. Eagan and Bloom. Bloom chips it off the wall into the neutral zone. Eagan after putting pressure, but Eagan able to clear out of the zone. Pressure from Eagan, forecheck, along with Bloom. Norris tries to send it down ice, but Eagan picks it back up. And on the right side, short by Potvin. They manage to dump it in behind the net. Loose puck, left wing circle. Eagan. There's a shot on goal. Pad save by David. Another shot tipped up high, batted down by Norris. Eagan sends it all the way down ice. And icing in Brainerd. Books out now. Blasco out to Leary. Kept in by Eagan. They step up left wing circle. Shot wide. Centering pass covered by David for a whistle. Roush and Featherston out again. Blasco carries it out of the Brainerd zone into the neutral zone. Featherston coming across the blue line on the right side. Roush cuts up towards the center. Shot from Featherston down low. It's covered for a whistle. Face off out to Blasco. Blasco steps up the right side behind the net. Delayed penalty coming. Interference on Eagan as they knock down Lick. Brainerd now on the power play. 12:58 left in the second. Norris out to Hoff. Hoff over to Lee. Lee down low to Leary. Leary shot, blocker save. Norris has a face off to Hoff. Drops it down along the wall. Leary out to Lee. Lee stands on it. Has to dump it in deep. Bloom to Leary in the deep corner here. Out to Lee. Lee back to Leary. Leary back to Lee. Lee from center. Up high. Pad save. Rebound picked up by Bloom. Bloom to Leary. Leary out to Lee at the high slot. Off. Centering pass. Leary. A beautiful shot. Man. Matt Leary. pass and dumps it in the top left corner and bounces from post to post. Beautiful shot there. Brainerd on the board first with 12:06 left in the second. Face off to Potvin. Potvin dumps it in deep.
On it!
Leary. Check down low. Gets it in the far corner. He's rubbed off the puck. Eagan sends it out along the wall. Reed not able to keep it in. Potvin and Reed have to chase after it all the way down ice. Brainerd zone. Potvin up to Leary. Leary in the neutral zone. Henson bounces off his stick, and Eagan sends it all the way down ice for icing. Velasco dumps it in low. Flick after it. Deep in the Eagan zone. Featherston there to help him. Eagan with the puck. Able to clear it out. Neutral zone. In on the right side. Pass over to the left wing. He loses the puck. Featherston pressuring. Shot from the left D hits traffic. Ends up down across the goal line. Sent on along the wall to the right D by Lick. But Eagan able to keep it in. Velasco tying him up just across the goal line. Lick behind the net. Lee picks up the loose puck out to Featherston. Featherston tips it forward, but picked up by Eagan, center ice. And they head back the other way. Eagan offsides as they head into the Brainerd zone at the middle. Skate and Bloom out. Up in the Brainerd zone. Loose in the high slot, swept away by David as it trickles towards him. Out at the left D. Shot, pad save by David. Rebound picked up. Brainerd clears it out. Norris up the middle, over to Bloom on the far wall. Kept in by Hoff. Eagan retrieves it deep in their zone. Norris with a forecheck. Knocks him off the puck. Now Norris and Bloom battling behind the net. The loose puck picked up by Eagan and sent down ice. Must have been tipped, so no icing call. Eagan keeps the puck in. Roush out of the point battling, or Books out of the point battling for it. Puck all the way through the neutral zone. Books chasing after it. Eagan clears it out to the point, but they're unable to get it out of their zone. Kept in by Henson. Leary poking at it. Good pressure from Brainerd. Leary circles back into the zone. Drop pass to Velasco. Velasco slap shot. Saved and covered up by the Eagan goalie. Face-off, Leary. Shot from high slot, or high, right when goes wide. Eagan trying to clear it out of the zone on the near side. Picked up by Potvin in the neutral zone. Sent across the neutral zone to Brooks. Bounces off the wall. Brooks with the forecheck. Eagan sends it back the other way behind their own net. Out to center ice. Picked up by Potvin. Potvin shot on goal from the red line. Velasco picks it up on the far wall. Pops out Henson with it. Drop pass to Roush. Roush sends it towards the net. Gets deflected wide. Leary in the far corner now. Velasco, top of the right wing circle. And that puck is covered by the goalie for a whistle. Roush Featherston with Reed out in the neutral zone. Eagan sends it forward, but they're outside the red line, so it's an icing on Eagan again. Face-off, Eagan comes away with it. Through the neutral zone, in on the right side. Angled off by Lee and Lick. Puck pops out to the slot, picked up by Featherston, who heads back the other way. Featherston across the red line, in on the right side. Got Roush out front along with Lee. Can't get off the pass and sends it behind the net. Eagan back into the Brainerd zone. Angled off by Reed and Featherston. Featherston trips up, loses the puck. Eagan down low. Reed tries to send it along the wall and out, but picked up by Eagan. Lick, center ice, dumps it forward, and covered by the goalie for a whistle. Escape to Bloom. Norris gets a puck in the slot, tripping through and wide, and then Eagan sends it down ice. Potvin throws it out of the Brainerd zone. Eagan retrieves the puck, gets a shot on goal. Stick save by David. Puck deflects all the way out to neutral zone. Eagan dumps it back in. Potvin in after it. Bloom with the puck now in the far corner, sends it behind the net to Hoff. Off the wall. Chipped forward by Eagan. Bloom after it. Eagan chips it out, goes over the glass into the crowd for a whistle. Norris on the face-off. Potvin, flat shot hits the back of Norris. Rebound tripped out by Eagan. Eagan back the other way. Off chasing after him. Off ties him up. Not able to get off the pass. Eagan out to their left D. Shot. It's deflected out front. David with screen. Comes up in the back of the net. 6:14 left. Second. Face-off, back to Velasco. Velasco up to Leary, bounces off his stick and down into the Eagan zone. Eagan face-off from the Brainerd zone. They called that an icing. Henson wins the face-off. Leary chips it out across the blue line. Eagan sends it back in. Velasco up the wall. Brooks. Brooks sends it down nice. Leary, forecheck along with Henson. Eagan clears it out. Reed. Over to Velasco. Back to Reed. Over to Velasco now. Push deep into the Brainerd zone. They try to set something up. Velasco up to Brooks. Book to Henson. Henson up the middle to Leary. Leary drops it to Henson, but he's tied up. Leary chips it back in deep. Henson in after it. Reed. Books. And Featherston dumps it in deep. Henson in after it. Deep in the Eagan zone. Henson tying up in the near corner. Books comes away with it. He gets tied up. Pops off Featherston. Hooked off his stick into the neutral zone, and Velasco has to retrieve. Velasco drops it to Reed. Or no, to Hawk. Sends it off the boards for an icing. It goes all the way down ice. Face-off left wing circle. Wins the face-off. It ends up on Brogan's stick. Covers it for a whistle. Lick wins the face-off again. This time to Lee, but he gets tied up. Eagan tries to center a pass. It's sent back wide. Featherston up the middle. And on the right side, not able to settle the puck. It's down deep. Lick there to help. Eagan able to clear the puck out across the blue line. Roush picks up the loose puck, sends it back to Lee. Lee over to Hoff. Hoff to Lick, center ice. To Featherston right inside. Loses the puck as it crosses the blue line. Tries to center it, but Eagan intercepts and sends it out.
No way!
Offside, so face-off outside the Eagan zone. Norris, Eagan, Bloom. Eagan clears it out, down ice, in on the left side. Angled off by Reed. Eagan still with the puck though. Out to the right D. Shot goes far wide. Bloom sends it out across the blue line. Eagan picks it up. Back into the Brainerd zone, drop pass to the right D, who heads towards the center, over to their left D, shot over the net into the glass, and dumped back in by Eagan. Eagan still controlling the puck. Their pass ends about the neutral zone. Eagan across the blue line, but they're offside. They enter the zone on the left side. Henson, face-off. Eagan up the middle, pad save by David. Another save from loose puck, chipped out across the blue line, thankfully. Quick saves there by David. Eagan dumps it all the way back in. Velasco along the boards of Books. Books chips it forward for Henson. Henson pokes it forward to Leary, but it's intercepted. And Eagan comes back in on the right side. They dump it to the far left corner. Off. Henson. Books tying it up in the near corner. Books up the wall. Gets it across the blue line. Eagan chips it back in. The rest of their team is still in the zone for an offsides. About 2 minutes left in the second period. Reed in the Brainerd zone, looking to set something up. Back to Lee, back to Reed. Reed up to Featherston, bounces off his stick, and Eagan sends it deep into the Brainerd zone again. Lee retrieves up along the wall to Featherston. It's tied up. Drop pass to Roush. Roush tries to send it to Lick, ends up on Eagan player's stick. Featherston intercepts. Featherston shot from the left wing, right wing circle. Featherston scores down low on the left side. Face off, back to Potvin, over to Blasco. Bloom puts it forward. So loose in the neutral zone, bouncing back and forth. And Eagan dumps it in. Potvin chips it back out. Comes down into the Eagan zone. Eagan retrieves, gets a tough angle shot. Blocker save by Eagan goalie. Hook out to Potvin at the point. He keeps it in. Shot. Hits a skate and deflects wide over to Blasco at the right D slot. He steps around the defender. It looks like Brainerd's got a penalty coming up. Norris is going to the box. This is for roughing Norris. Brainerd on the penalty kill for the first time this game. On the face-off, he wins it. Off along the boards of Leary, outside the zone. Eagan ties him up and heads back into the zone. Puck behind the Brainerd net, sent up along the far wall. Eagan's left D, sends it over to the right D. Steps forward, shot, saved by David. Deflects to the far side. Eagan with the puck. On low left wing side, another shot on goal. Loose out front, swept away by Reed. Out to the right wing, shot, saved and covered by David. Wick on the face-off, brings it to Hoff. Hoff sends it behind the net over to Reed. Eagan gets to it first. Eagan sends it behind the net again. Hoff tries the other way, out to the right D, who keeps it in. Hoff spins off of the defender, over to Reed. Reed chips it forward, but it ends up in the netting for a whistle. Lick on the face-off left wing circle, Brainerd zone. About 58 seconds left in the penalty kill. Loose out, right wing circle. Eagan picks it up. Out to their DA, and that's the buzzer for the end of the second period. They're going to Zamboni now, so they got about a 15-minute break until the start of the third. Go. Happy birthday. Start of the third period. Brainerd versus Eagan. Brainerd up 2-1. Brainerd still on the penalty kill for 30 more seconds. Eagan up high. Over to the left D. Steps forward. Has a look. Pad save by David. Covers the puck for a whistle.
Yeah, broke it!
Benson on the face-off. Eagan back to the left D. Shot. Hits traffic. Bounces over to the near corner. Left D over to right D. Step forward. Shot hits traffic again. Checked by Hawk. Puck bounces out across the blue line, so Eagan has to reset. And that's going to be offsides. They still have a player trailing inside the zone. Back to full strength. Flick Featherston Roush. Shot by Eagan from outside the blue line. Glove save by David. Whistle. Flick. Puck in the slot. Swept away. Sends it behind the net to the far side. Roush ties it up on the boards. It bounces out to the blue line. Roush again tying it up on the far boards. Kicked out to the left D. Featherston intercepts the centering pass out to the neutral zone. And Eagan dumps it back in. Velasco with it. Along the wall to Featherston. Featherston through the neutral zone, in on the right side. Shot. Hits the near post. Bounces into the corner. Eagan pulls it all the way down ice for a nice hit. Norris, Bloom, Gaken. Bloom, shot on goal. Pad save. Eagan clears it out. Poke check by Hoff. Bloom dumps it all the way deep into the neutral zone. Oh no, Gaken. Norris chips it back in across the goal line. Gaken in after it along with Norris. Norris with it. Out to Bloom. Bounces off his skate. And Eagan skates it out, tries to dump it in, hits off in the chest. He heads the other way. Gaken up the right side. Gaken shot on goal, saved. Henson books Leary. Books. Loses the puck up the neutral zone. Velasco back after it. Henson turns, pokes it forward, and across the blue line, picked up by Books. Books sends it through the slot, nobody there. Potman down low. Potman tying up in the near corner, down low in the Eagan zone. Pops out to Leary. Leary shot on goal with a glove save by Eagan. Vincent on the face-off. Leary. Eagan pokes it out to the red line. And they send it in deep. Hotland. Back out to Velasco. Leary picks it up the middle. Shot off the shin pad. Leary still chasing after it. Henson there with him. Henson chasing after the Eagan player along with Brooks. Eagan tips it out across the blue line. Eagan in on the right side. Angled wide by Reed. Not able to make a play. Reed, Henson, Brooks tying him up. Out to the Eagan right D, who sends it in deep again. Picked up by Reed. Off the wall to Brooks. Brooks gets it across the blue line. Eagan with it. Brainerd line change. Eagan. And across the blue line. Through the middle. Shot goes wide. Eagan out to the left D. Shot off of Featherson's shin pad. Out. Featherson skates it out. Featherson all the way down to ice. Tries a centering pass. It hits a stick. Ends up behind the net. Lick after it. Roush on the near side. Eagan with the puck out to Reed at the point. Reed keeps it in. And dumps it in deep in the corner as he gets tied up out on the blue line. Great effort by Reed to keep that puck in. Puck behind the net. Roush comes away with it to Lee. Lee steps up, sends it back the other way behind the net. Eagan sends it all the way down ice again. It's on goal, so no icing. Out to Reed. Then trailing. Behind the net to Lee, back to Reed. Along the boards to Featherston. Featherston tips it forward. Intercepted and dumped back in. Shot off the side of the net. Lee sends it back the other way. Featherston. Down into the neutral zone. Rolls in across the blue line. Lee with forecheck. Eagan pulls it all the way out. Man in on the left side. Tied up by Eagan. He gets the shot off, and the puck is covered up by David. Face-off, he wins it back. Hotman picks it up, kicks it forward to Eagan. Eagan to Bloom, bounces off his stick, the red line, back to Bloom. Bloom skates it in on the left side, is taken down. Puck sent across the goal line. Norris tying it up. With Bloom down across the goal line, and Eagan able to clear it out. Eagan shot goes wide from outside the blue line. Low, centering pass, tied up by Bloom. Left wing shot, tipped wide by David's glove. Hotman clears it out through the neutral zone and ends up all the way down the ice. That's going to be an icing on Brainerd. Leary tips it forward to Brooks heads down ice, across the red line, in and on the right side. Drop pass to Leary. Leary gets tied up on the boards. And manages to chip it down behind the net. Brooks in after it. Eagan with the puck now. Looking to clear it out. They send it out to center ice where Velasco picks it up. Velasco off the wall, back the other way. Brooks in after it. Henson. Velasco carrying the puck, shot, hits traffic and goes wide. Looks like it hit the back of Brooks' leg, and he's going to have to go off. Leary and Henson battling for it on the far wall, and they kept it in. Roush in after it now. Featherston, center ice. Peeks around a man and comes up. High slot shot. Center pass, and it's covered for a whistle. Lick on the faceoff, out to Lee. Lee sends it deep in the near corner. Roush picks up that loose puck. Sends it along the boards to Featherston behind the net. Featherston. Centering pass to Roush. Roush shot. Blocker save. A nice play there. Featherston again picks up that rebound. Drop pass to Lee. Lee has to chase after it deep across the goal line. Back to Featherston, left side. Circles low. Chips a shot at the goalie, bounces off a pad and ends out at the point. Off. Chips it in across the blue line and Eagan retrieves it. Eagan, left side off the wall. Off. Moves him wide. Slides him up across the goal line. Loose puck, far corner. Lee chases after it. Check from Lee. Off to the right knee. Centering shot. Cleared away by Bloom. Ends up down ice on goal. No icing. Off with a forecheck. Lick picks up the loose puck. Lick looking for somebody out front. Hits a skate. Bloom is tied up. And puck on the near wall. Out to Eagan at the point, but bounces over his stick. Bloom, center ice, back the other way to Lick. Across the blue line. And they get tied up. Puck ends up out the neutral zone. Eagan. Captain squeezes it over the left side. Angled wide by Velasco.
Good job, E.
Glove save by Brogan. David. Norris, Eagan, Bloom with Velasco, Potman. Potman. There's a puck behind the Brainerd net to the far side. Picked up by Eagan. Shot wide. Bounces out across the blue line. And Eagan retrieves it. Tried to head back the other way. Get tied up by Potman at the red line. Eagan tripped as he crosses the blue line. Puck on the far wall. Norris rubbed off the puck. Eagan knocked down. Eagan. Now the puck clears it out and down ice. Saying no icing. Potman back for it. So behind the net. Comes all the way out to the right deep point. Eagan keeps it in. They dump it in the near corner. Velasco with it now. Velasco skates behind the net. Sends it up off the wall and into the neutral zone. Eagan with it. Norris sends it back to the neutral zone as they try to enter the Brainerd zone. Eagan, defenseman, hits it up into the rafters for a whistle. Henson wins a face-off. Eagan grabs that loose puck and heads back the other way. Lee. Behind the net to Brooks. Henson back to Lee. Lee over to Reed. Reed to wall to Leary. Bounces off his skate into the neutral zone. Henson after it. Henson with some room. Right wing circle. Shot on goal. Covered for a whistle. faceoff, wins it over to Leary. He gets tied up on the wall. Henson over there to help him. Eagan comes away with the puck. Henson ties him up again. Eagan manages to get it out across the blue line. And Eagan sends it deep into the Brainerd zone. Eagan. Lee up along the far wall, off the books, the stick. Got the red line far wall. Leary's tying it up. 4:12 left. Brainerd up 2-1. Eagan with the puck now, entering the Brainerd zone on the left side. Shot. Glove save by David. Whistle. On the face-off, brings it back to Hoff. Hoff sends it around behind the Brainerd net. Roush, where Eagan keeps it in. Eagan sends it back the other way. Loose puck, Lick gets it across the blue line, and Eagan sends it back in before the player gets out. Offside on Eagan. On the face-off, back to Hoff, back to Lick to Hotman, centers it, Lick, and Hotman sends it forward to Featherson. Featherson gets it across the blue line, gets tied up just as he enters the Eagan zone. Eagan sends out to center ice, they chip it forward on goal, covered by David for a whistle. Norris on the face-off. Reed with the puck. Sends it down low to Velasco behind the Brainerd net. Velasco skates up the middle. He's got some speed. All the way down in on the left side, the Eagan zone. All the way across the goal line. Bloom there to help him as he gets tied up. Norris with the puck now behind the net. He gets the puck taken away, and Eagan sends it off the glass and all the way down ice. Nice. 2:57 left. Vincent booked Leary with Reed and Velasco. Eagan offside. The wall, sends it into the neutral zone, looks back to forecheck, off, backs it down, up the books up the middle, poked off his stick. Henson looks to pick up that loose puck, and then it ends up down in the far corner. Henson with a forecheck, check at the blue line by Lee, knocks the Eagan player off the puck, and it's poked out into the neutral zone. Off, sends it off the glass, all the way down for an icing. Eagan timeout. Lick on the faceoff, 2:08 left. Empty net at the other end. Eagan with the extra man. Eagan shot, swept wide, off the boards, out to the point. Lick. Featherston cleared out. Lick bats it out of the air. Lick down ice. Lick and Featherston after it. Featherston scores on the empty net. Glasgow sends it back out to neutral zone. Eagan in on the left side. Lick ties him up. Empty net still down the other end. Lick is punched and knocked down. Penalty. Eagan up high. Shot hits traffic. Swept away by Hawk. Eagan, another shot tipped up into the netting. .109 left. Norris on the faceoff. Eagan wins it out to their D. Still empty net. Shot blocked by Norris. Eagan down low. Centering pass off the shin pad. Out to the right D, over to the left D. He steps around Bloom, left wing. Shot off the far post and ends up wide. Eagan dumps it in deep. Norris. Reed chases after Eagan player on the near wall. Pops up high. Batted down by Eagan player. Brainerd. Finally Eagan. Center. Eagan shot from blue line. Eagan scores on the net. Eagan decides to put the goalie back in. They're down by 3 now with only 18 seconds left. Eagan in on the left side. Centering pass. Swept wide by David. Books. Tries to get a pass to Henson. Intercepted. Shot on goal. David. On the face-off. Eagan wins it out to their point. Shot from the left D. Saved by David. That's the end of the game, 4-1.